You're watching Washington on CBS 10 WILM. Here's your host, Don Ansell.
And we're back. Legendary coach of the New Hanover County School System, now athletic director Joe Miller, is our guest this morning, talking about his career and some of the controversies that's surrounding leaving. How do you feel about leaving the system?
Well, you know, it's
been a long...
Yeah, it's been a great journey for me. Like I said, you know, coming here and as a very, very young man, a young coach, having...
How old were you when you
I was
started?
like 27 or 28,
okay.
Something like that. And then,
you were telling me how you were all puffed up when you went in for
Oh,
the
yeah. Yeah, that was... I was
Coach
interviewed
Brogdon.
by Leon Brogdon and the legendary Coach Buck Hardy, too. And I was sitting there and I'm thinking, man, here's these two old guys. And I was... You know, a college coach in the 20s and all this, and we walk across the overpass to Brogdon Hall, and all of a sudden, you know, there's Roman Gabriel, Sonny Jurgensen, and it looked like 9 million trophies. And I said something like, "Excuse me, Coach Brogdon, did Roman Gabriel and Sonny Jurgensen play?" He just as humble as you could be said, "Yeah, Sean," he said, "we've been blessed with some mighty fine athletes." And my stature kind of shrunk down to the real world.
Chun. Now, he never said son.
Son, he said Chun. Chun, yeah. And he always would pat you. And all of his old players said he used to fill for cigarettes. Remember how he used to roll the T-shirts up and stuff? But so both coaches were very, very special. Very special.
As are you. So what happens now after you retire? And what? You retire from work, or are you retiring from this position?
I'm not sure what I'm going to do. You know, I'm going to take a month or two, just kind of let everything go down. My wife's trying to get me. She's into the workout phase of everything, a little better physical shape, some things like that. But you know, I may go back and help somebody coach if somebody thinks I can help them.
Would you consider working for another school system in a similar position?
No.
No.
But
coach, you would.
Helping coach somewhere here, because I'm not leaving Wilmington. Wilmington is my hometown. Now, I've been here long enough that both my boys were born here in Wilmington, and, you know, I'll retire here in Wilmington.
Coach, I know a lot of players that you coached, and you have a reputation for being tough, fair, demanding, inspirational, and an outstanding role model. Was that by design?
I don't... Well, that's really hard. You know, I was blessed within my family to have some good role models. My father was a very, very special guy. You know, he worked 40 years in the steel mill all night, built houses in the daytime to put 4 youngsters through college.
Very accomplished youngsters now as adults.
And, you know, very successful. But I think being able to mentor under Leon Brogdon, especially Buck Hardy, it's hard to tell how many times Coach Buck saved me the first 10 years that I was coaching, because I was a little bit, I would imagine,
rambunctious.
hard.
Well, you winced when I said tough. You kind of...
Yeah, the older I get, the tough. Oh no, I demanded. I would be sure that I demanded that we played that caliber of ball on that, but also by being fair and being honest. I don't even know whether I could coach today or not, because the different phases of parents and expectation and things like that. I've always felt like, and I was raised that way, you know, you earn what you get, and you never back up to anything because of who you are or what you are. And, you know, if you were a 9th grader and he was a senior, he had to be better than a 9th grader. And people look at me now when I say that, because they're thinking, well, he's been in the program 3 years and maybe he doesn't deserve it. The best player plays.
I hear you.
And, you know, you have to work to be the best player.
That was your philosophy?
Yes.
There's been a lot of criticism over the years that too much money and attention is given to athletics and school sporting events. Comments?
That's probably the biggest joke of all the jokes that we can have. You know, I'm looking at the overall school budget at $200 and some million, and less than 0.7% is spent on athletics. It is a very, very, very small piece of the pie for what they're getting in return. Now, what is the return? You know, we're doing $6 million a year in athletic scholarships, and
You're bringing in $6 million a year.
$6 million a year. That's the average for the last 5 years. You know, another thing that doesn't even come in there, these are our best students in our school. You know, 33% of the student body is involved in athletics, and that's not even counting the support groups like the band, the pom-pom, the cheerleaders, the majorettes, et cetera, things like that. But athletics brings the high school and the middle schools together as far as the pride in the community. Just looking, because I think Hoggard, since I've quit coaching, has kind of taken over as the elite school, especially in football. And I'm talking strictly football now, and just the pride in the school and what's happening, and you know how they've surrounded, won a state championship, and Coach Braswell's done a wonderful job over there. And you know, and that's kind of what athletics does. It teaches the kids to get up off the ground. You know, it's not always good, and you know, I just think that
Life's not always fair, but it's
you know,
it's the way it is.
And that's part of life lessons, and that's what athletic teaches you.
We're almost out of time. What's the response been from the public about all this? You've gotten a lot of response.
I have, and you know, the one thing, and like I told you, the last thing that I wanted to do was to go out feeling bitter or upset with somebody or like that, because it's been, you know, a wonderful experience for me and a wonderful journey, and the people, you know, Wilmington is a very, very, very special place, and you know, I've been here 36. You know, this is my home. And hopefully my family's home for a long time to come. And you just can't meet people like the people that are in Wilmington.
Joe, thanks for coming in.
Thank you, Dawn, and I
Thanks for all
certainly
you've
appreciate
done.
it. Thank you.
The legendary Joe Miller. Join us next week. We'll have a panel to talk about Prop 8 and North Carolina. And if you'd like to see Byline online, go to WILM-TV.com. and click on Byline. I'm Don Ansell for Byline Wilmington. We'll see you next week.
It's
CBS 10 WILM. Join us every Sunday morning at 11 as we explore the issues that concern you.